Sorry, one moment, I'm doing something here. I'll get the stream up and going in a second. Alright, I think we should be good to go. Okay, so I am again trying something different today, and in this stream, I'm going to be looking at NeoCity sites and redesigning my own website because my old one sucks. So what I've got so far is, just a blank page with, sites that I've visited in the past week or so related to that are on NeoCities. And yeah, there are some pretty cool sites on NeoCities from what I've seen, and I felt like making one my way could help me improve a little bit on my website making, because I went to a web design class within the past year or so, the past I think 4 to 5 months. I've been in a oh wait, was it before then? I'm not sure, it's kind of fuzzy, but I have been in the web design class. I learned HTML and CSS, and I was actually doing pretty well in the class, and I managed to get featured on the final presentation we did for the class and the course ending. So I was glad to see that, so might as well just show off more of my web design skills and programming skills through this stream, I guess. So, also, what I got here is basically what I want the site to look like. Sorry, a bit of a light mode flash warning. Or whatever, but yeah. So basically, I do have a little thingy here where you click on it, and then shows you what I want the site to look like and how it's gonna, get broken down. Basically, I'm using this site called Milanote, which is a program where you can, or a website you can take notes on things, like designing things or creating art, stuff like that. And yeah, I got introduced to it through this YouTuber called Viora. She's a drawing YouTuber who does all sorts of challenges related to drawing and art. And honestly, she's pretty calming, and I like her content. I subscribed to her. She's got a nice voice, a nice editing style, nice art style, and yeah. Let me show you what I mean. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is her channel. She has a lot of subscribers, I know, more than me, way more than me. And she does a bunch of things related to art, and yeah. That's basically how I found out Milanote. And yeah. So basically, I've been taking notes on, design of the website of all that. Basically, I want the my online username to be at the top, my OC, my persona thing to be in the top left corner, some navbar buttons over here about me, sites that link to other things like shrines, which I've known there are like tons of sites that have like shrines where you just like show off like a thing you like, or like some sort of show you like, or like niches you like, just like put it all into a single page, basically like a fan site. So I'm planning on doing some of those too. And also I want to show off like things such as like what Pokemon I like, what games I like, or perhaps sometimes more of my art showcase could be there, because I haven't done much showcasing of what my art looks like on like the main site I have. Which, as you go here, this is what I have currently on like my GitHub site, which honestly this looks a little bad to me because it just feels a little too simple, even though I did this with like barely any coding knowledge back then, and I just did willy-nilly. It's like off the rip, just going at it. And of course I got all of my socials here that I linked, which all this doesn't feel like much to see, and of course there's like a back button here. I like that a little bit. I'm glad you can do that. That's convenient. Of course you got projects over here, which yeah. That's why I'm gonna change it up. It was made with ChatGPT and you know, the old like GPT models, like the little assistants. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna be like scrapping this entire website, the GitHub website, and just, you know, making it more human-like instead of, you know, robots helping me make the site, because you at least gotta have some human effort involved with it, which obviously I did have some human effort making all this art and stuff, because, you know, the text here, the characters, which are my OCs as well. You can find them out in characters here as well. There's also like a little music button where it plays like audio here. Oh, let me mute it real quick. Yeah, so it basically plays music on the main site, and apparently didn't put this anywhere else other than the main site, so yeah, that's a little bit useless, and it takes up a lot of the page, kind of, like a small corner of, like, the bottom left corner of the page. Like, it just feels weird to me, man, that it looks like this. Sorry. Anyways. But the thing that bothers me the most about this is that I just did not bother updating this About Me section, because there's literally nothing here other than, oh, I'll update this soon. But, nope, I did jack squat. And of course, this one has a completely different button style than all the other ones, which does have all the character information and looks neat, I guess. But again, I could do better. So yeah, that is basically the whole point of this stream, is that I'm just going to figure out how to do this site, because I want to make it what I like. Just design it however I like, and, you know, get recognition for what I do, because I've barely done anything to show off what I do other than on the main social media platforms such as YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, which I barely use. And I think that's it. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Oh, and also what I have on this current site, the NeoCity site, is that if you go here, it'll take me to the site I made when I was in the web course, the web design course, which has all the information related to what sites I made during it, the version history of, like, when, like, old version of the page and all that, which we were inclined to keep these for, you know, future use, just to show, like, how much progress we've done based on, you know, sorry, let me rephrase that, just to basically show how much progress we've done on our sites, so we can look back on it. I don't know why these are loading so slow, gosh. But yeah, I do have art listed on this page in specific, where just, like, you can see, like, the latest art I've made, and of course link to them, which, yes, it goes to DeviantArt, which I feel like that's a little bit too much, because of a lot of weird people who post a bunch of weird stuff on there, so I think I might redirect them just to, you know, my NeoCity site instead of that because it's more efficient, and honestly, I do not want people seeing weird stuff on that site, you know, even though I am posting my art there. Anyways, also shows my latest shorts on here, which I haven't updated this since, you know, I forget the name of the short. Hold on. 1 second. My ambition versus my actual energy level is not on here. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, this is basically the last short I did at the time of the web design course. So yeah. Also, some of my other ones that I like because they honestly look pretty good to me. So might as well put them up there. And of course, I am going to be not doing like mostly Rec Room content anymore, sadly, even though it says all these videos related to the video game Rec Room. Because I'm starting to like it less because all the stuff they're doing, so yeah. Also, link to find both the YouTube shorts and the art are also here as well, so yeah, that's good. Glad I linked to those. And then of course, all the sites here do link to their own pages too. If you click on this one, it'll take you to a different page which shows like basically like the site and all that. So basically, you see here I did put credit to like the Note emoji fonts, where just like the paint palette bucket, no, not bucket, the paint palette right here for the Note emoji, and also this photo right here is from a Scholastic page, I think. Couldn't find the exact source, but I just linked to that. And of course, you got over here stuff I made by myself by, like, you know. Sorry, ignore that. That was my Tamagotchi I got here, which is Peanuts themed. Just went to bed because it's 9 p.m. So yeah. Anyways, ignoring that. Yeah, I got other sites where I just realized I forgot to fix these, because they all say not found, but I'll fix that later. So basically, all of these are just like sites I made on my own without like a certain template, even though this is kind of like a template. I just use like images that relate to the topic. Like the comic that I made about it, which was, you know, me making and eating grilled cheese at my house. But yeah, and also got this one, or just like details all video games that children play in 2025 that I feel are, you know, actually, you know, akin to that topic. Which, yeah, I'm really glad I made all this, because I have played most of these games before and I know like all of them. And I was glad to get all the information on my own from like what I remember from all of them. Which, yeah, I'm pretty knowledgeable in games myself, but yeah, it's just a little show off, nothing much. Anyways, yeah, that's basically all my site is now. Other than these buttons which take you to other sites, which I of course visited before the stream. So yeah. Okay, now for the hard part, where I have to actually code the thing, because, you know, I haven't coded in a while, other than, you know, editing the site here and there just to update it a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot to take in, so I just felt like chatting a little bit while I was, you know, making the website, so we're gonna do that. First off, you're gonna have to get your index.html, and then you get from there, because it just gives you like the basic template HTML here. So all you gotta do is just figure out what to do. I'm just gonna actually keep all that because that's important. Never mind. Title of the page. If you're wondering why I name it Andrew's Apartment, it's because my OC's name is Andrew, and similar to my name anyways. Like, basically his whole name's similar to mine. But yeah. Obviously got like a top bar here, which obviously all the other sites that I visited have like a big top bar, which is like, you know, welcome to my page, or like the name of the person who made it. So basically, if I let me pull up an example site to show you what I mean. One of the example ones I have on my page. Go here. Let's try this one. Yeah, this is the example site that I found while I was like scrolling NeoCities like a couple days ago, where there's like all those aesthetics here, Windows XP background, digital aesthetics. First, I got all this nav bar stuff here, which shows like who am I? Like I guess people. Hold on. Basically, profile about me. People who visited the site can comment on the site. A blog of like what I'm doing in my life. I think this is like this is like a bunch of sites that people have made on the site as well. Like there's a bunch of like links to pages from this site. So it's like this page linking to other sites for other people to visit. Like make a button to go visit it, which I really like this because it shows you like, ooh, I like these. I think I use these for inspiration and stuff. I think this is like a bunch of free to use things, or just like a bunch of like long blinky stuff where you can like I think it's just like information stuff. Stamps, also information stuff. Backgrounds. I don't think they have any of them. They don't have any of these either. But yeah. And then gallery, I think yeah, art gallery. A bunch of stuff here. I want to do something like this, except for, you know, all the weird stuff that's on it, but we can just ignore that anyways. Of course I got a game collection here too. I like this. I want to do something like this as well. And yeah, that's basically one of the sites I like on here, which very cool what people can do these days with web design. So yeah, I just like all the cool things that these websites have to offer anyway, so yeah. So the funny thing is, all those sites that I was showing y'all was, you know, they have a bunch of detailed code, unlike mine, which is like a lot less than that. So, you know, I'm gonna have to figure out all that somehow, so I can actually make a decent website. So, basically, right now, I'm gonna see what I can do with, you know, making the site. Nice. Actually, wait. Face reveal, I was looking at my phone. Actually, forehead reveal, I didn't reveal my full face. So partial eye reveal then. Even though I've revealed my forehead like multiple times over. But also, funny thing, I actually saw a tutorial from this guy, this person over here. If you go here, it says they're from this guy, which they made a tutorial and got like a bunch of views on it, and actually managed to get like one of the top sites, like first page top sites on the thing on NeoCities, and yeah, that just made me realize, oh, I forgot about this. I mean, their video of like the tutorial, like HTML for beginners for like NeoCities and stuff, that video also showed up my feed a lot. So yeah, that just pressured me more to make a site because, you know, it's always interesting to see what people can come up with. And this person right here actually followed me because I linked to their site via their button. Go to this one is very aesthetic, very you know, I forget the name of it, but it's like some sort of core. I can't remember the exact one, but yeah. This looks very nice, like very aesthetically pleasing. And also, there's also web rings. I also need to add one of those to my page too, which of course is another to-do list. And yeah, this site looks very nice. Also, not found. I have a lot of things that are not found, but again, This looks very nice, in my opinion. That's why I put it on my page. So yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Uh. Actually, what I was thinking on playing for like the background and stuff is like an apartment because it's Title Tanger's apartment. So yeah, of course, have like a background in the apartment anyways because that's where my character lives, in an apartment, because I decided to choose that. Very interesting choice, I know, because I've seen like my brother lived in an apartment with his wife because yes, he's married. He also had a baby too, and now he's in like New Mexico training for like the border patrol. It's honestly crazy how much time flies with everything that's going on in the world, and also family and relatives. Feel free to chat, by the way, or subscribe to the channel if you're liking all this stuff right now, because I always like engagement, You gotta get people engaged by, talking about things you like. Which, yeah, there is a bunch of things that, I like, of course. So, a way to find more of that stuff from me is to, show you how it's done. I'm coughing so much, I'm gonna get some water. Be right back, sorry. I just realized it's way too loud. Hold on. There you go. Anyways. Be right back. Okay, by the way, sorry if I'm like sniffing or coughing a lot. I'm still sick, sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it still while I, try to recover at least, even though it's just like summer sinuses with like the trees giving off certain smells, I think, or like some certain thing. Yo, Foglu subscribe, let's go! Let's go! Nice. That's crazy. How's it going, man? If you're in the stream at least. Well, I think that got my hopes up a little bit because, that was very surprising for him to do that, and I know I support him a lot because I've seen his videos a lot. I'm in his server and all that, and I got the YouTuber role and all that, so I'm also subscribed to him, so yeah. At least he's subscribing to me. Mutual subscribers. Good buds, I guess. Anyways, what should I do here? Yeah, this looks so far because, trying to go off the basic template to see what I can do. There's also, you know, divs where you can just like put certain things in, you know. You can put certain elements in certain divs so you can organize them easier. So this one would be class intro, and then this would be class R. Or just top itself. There you go. Bro's working hard, not hardly working. Well, I'm trying to work hard here, and there's, you know, you gotta do this based off of memory, or else, you know, I have to look at a video tutorial or just like someone else's tutorial, because, you know, it's hard to think of anything when, you know, you haven't been doing this for a while. But yeah. So I'm gonna look at some other sites I have on here to figure out like what my site will look like. And also this one right here, it's like Persona themed. Ooh, blue, black, white. This of course has their username in Japanese. That's cool. Also, yeah, this one also has like update log, blinkies. It's also like a voting system, like a poll here. Might want to. I think I might want to incorporate that too somehow. Also, guest book. We can email them too. Wow, interesting. You can open their Spotify too. That's cool. Just got the link button right here. If you want to, sorry, link button. You can like link to their page. Via this button, you can go to their page easily. More stamps. There's also like a diary, and I think I saw like a I think I saw like a dream book. I want to do that too. Which, speaking of, you know, wanting to do a bunch of stuff, I also have another section of my Milanote thing, the Milanote thing, where there's like all this information that I need to look up. Or at least all this information I need to link on my site, and also I got like YouTube channel suggestions, where you can find me, like where my stuff is at, stuff about my characters, about me, dreams I've had, channels I've suggested people to watch from YouTube. Of course, the favorite Pokemon list right here. Got like a bunch of Pokemon. Like it's a little over a tenth of the Pokedex right now. This is HTML and CSS, Python and Java. Python is, you know, like scripts on the computer and stuff, and Java's like stuff like Minecraft game engine sort of stuff. Well, not actually, you know, Java isn't Minecraft, but Java is a like game engine of some sort, so like some sort of engine for like programming. But yeah, basically this is just, you know, HTML and CSS right now. That's it. No JavaScript, so no JavaScript right now because, you know, it'd be too complicated for the site, but I can add it. I barely know anything about JavaScript, so I'm not going to bother right now. Anyways, yeah, so basically, I do have like what icons I want to use, what sprites I want to use, which is for this. This is supposed to be for this one. So I can like add an arrow to show y'all like where things go. Just like that. See? You can also add like images here. So basically, if I want to add like, you know, this thing I just made in the past like a couple hours, I can add that as like a reference for something. But that's not useful for this page, so yeah. Anyways. Of course, tutorials I've, you know, gotten done, because, you know, this is basically the coding program I did. This is the, the tutorial I watched for like, the HTML tutorial. I mean, I saw some of it. I played it at 2 times speed because that's usually how I watch YouTube videos nowadays. And back then too, I've been doing that for like a long while, like, just watching videos like really fast so I can get the information quicker and not have to waste like hours of my time just staring at a screen. Even though I've been doing that for a while. Yeah, very nice. I know. A bunch of stuff here, very convenient. And yeah. So, yeah. And also, I got like a mood board, like the vibes I want to have for the site. So, it's barely even finished, but I got some sort of general idea here, which is like Metro / Aero aesthetics from like the 2010s. Because of course I was. Oh, thanks for appreciating my setup too. This is not really that organized over here, but I'm still trying to clean it up a little bit nowadays. But yeah. Well, I mean, I still need to get more images for this too to figure out like what I like. So, okay, maybe if I can. I can just like find online like certain things I want to add, such as like for example, I want to use the Wii U menu as like an inspiration for like my site, sort of like transparent stuff and all that, but not too transparent. So I could just like copy image, place it here. Actually, that's a little too weird. Yeah. Yep. Just delete that. It's fine. Okay, put it here. There we go. That's where I wanted to put it. Yeah, I could just put any image here just for like reference. But yeah. I also have some like useful tools that I can use to, figure out the color scheme, because there's a certain thing I have on like my computer where I can, wait, not what am I saying? Well, there is a certain program I have where you can determine a good color palette and like what works best with like white or black text on the page, because some people don't understand that, and it'll help with it. Well, I think I had it earlier, like on my old computer where I had like Windows 10. But I think I'm gonna have to find that through like certain website I have, or like not website I have, but like the thing where I was doing the class. I was using Google Classroom, of course, for like the course itself, and it has like resources you can use, such as like sorry, you can use, it's like links to certain programs where you can like see examples of code, or just like tools for finding out certain like color palettes. There's one called the Color Contrast Analyzer, which we use to find good colors that would work well on, the black and white text, like I said. Which I'm just going to install that right now and show you what I mean by the Color Contrast Analyzer, because I don't think most of y'all have seen this before. I literally just got introduced to it through this class, so yeah. Okay, run. And let's go open the window. And then, yeah. So right here is the program where you can, you can choose any like color from like, the hex color palette, which was like, I'm just gonna take a random one. Funny how I did the brat color immediately. How did I do that? What? But yeah, as you can see, it passes well on, as black text on, basic background. Like light color work well on, a darker color like this. Like lighter, never mind. So basically, black is on like a lighter color, white is on a darker color. That's basically all it is. And of course, you can do this for like any sort of like color you want. So, say for example, let's get like a palette going. And so it's also like another one for like color contrast, so like analysis of colors. Just put this in the corner real quick. Sorry. Alright. Pull it up now. See Daisy? I did not mean to do that, anyways. So. Okay, there. Actually, I don't think I shouldn't have. I'm dumb, never mind. Anyways. But yeah, this is basically like you can pick certain colors and it'll pick like a fitting, you know. Sorry. Basically, it's a website where you can figure out like what colors work well with what based on, you know, certain brights and darks. You can use basically any one of these colors here and it'll work well for the site. Like this is monochromatic, which is one color only. So it'll basically just do that one color. There's also like adjacent colors, or you can like do multiple colors or triad colors, or triad colors is like 4 colors, and of course you can do more than that if you want. Or it's like do the like a freestyle thing. But yeah, I just basically just want purple, and that's it. Purple's a cool color, so I'm gonna make that the basic color of my site. So yeah, basically all it is. So, what should I do here? Okay, let's see. Yeah, all it is just the text right now, and I don't want to figure out anything else, and I hate to do that. So yeah. Oh great, there's a Twitch freaking scam. Don't click on that, by the way. It's a scam. I just realized that. Hold on, I'm gonna delete that from the live chat so y'all don't click on that. I also gotta blur that too, I think. So move. Actually, I probably shouldn't show this because my real sensitive stuff. So I want to do that. Do that on a different tab. I did not mean to do it on incognito. I'm so used to. Gosh, I'm so used to browsing on incognito these days. Yeah, it's kind of like a habit of mine where I just like browse on incognito too much. Which I'm not doing anything bad, just saying. But like, I do it like way too much in my opinion. It's kind of like, of course, like a habit, like I said. But you know, it just feels weird. I'm just gonna put that in the Twitch chat. Don't mind me. Alright. Well, I think I got that out of the way. Yep, no wrong ideas here. True. But like, I still gotta get some inspiration somehow. So, I just gotta feel how to do that. Oh, I didn't realize there were themes here. I just noticed this, okay? Like, change the, you know, like how the code editor is stylized. That's pretty nice. Like a purple one. Hold on. The blue one. I think I'll use that. Okay. I'll use that. Okay. I'm gonna do this for a little bit, then I'm gonna browse some more sites I haven't visited. So we'll see how I do just by myself. Gonna copy and paste this a couple times so I can do like multiple things. I think I remember, like, you can do, like, background images, too. So... First got the nav bar here. I'm gonna put this above, put this above the intro section, because it's supposed to be on the left side. What's on? Cannot talk tonight, sorry. I was saying that, it should be on the, it should be on the side instead of, you know, like, right in the middle. So, yeah, anyways. Go back to the website layout. Got, I don't know. What should I do? I'm sorry. Sometimes I get lost in thought too much, which I of course do that a lot when I'm like bored by myself. So I just think about things I've, you know, seen, or it's like it's things I like a bunch. I want to see if this works. And it does go. Okay. Thought it wouldn't work, but I guess it's fine. All right. I was trying to test out, you know, the 8-bit href stuff with, you know, pages on the site that don't actually exist yet, but I'm, you know, still gotta get to it. First got the About Me, which should go here when I eventually get to that, which I am. As we all know, we haven't gotten to it in the GitHub page, so, you know, gotta create it here. Oh, sorry, I just got a little sidetracked for a second, my bad. Dang! 188 subscribers, ooh. Nice. So got 2 today. Of course, that's good. I want more growth. Anyways, this would be where the images go, by the way. Of course, gotta put the alt text there too when I eventually, you know, link them to the site. Which, you know, those images, I also got like the thing where I host the images that I have on my site. First off, let me sign in real quick. Oh, I know it's already signed into mine. But like, right here, got a file hosting service which shows, you know, all the images I have hosted currently. All this is from the portfolio here. All this stuff from the portfolio that I have. Which is a bunch of images. So basically, if you go onto the portfolio here, you go to, per se, one of these images, open image in new tab. I'm going down the browser. So he goes to File Garden / my user ID, and then through the portfolio image folder, it links to my photo that I have. That's basically what it is. It's a file hosting service, so you can, you know, for convenience, have that. Just in case you want to host any, you know, images and stuff. You can just use that. Pretty nice. Which I also found that from one of the pages I like too. Which is always nice. You want to find more of what the internet has to offer. And that's good. More stuff to please your eyes. Including mine. Anyways. What should I add here? obviously one of them is supposed to be like a Pokemon, like a Pokeball or something like that. So I guess I'll find like a GIF or something. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this in a new tab as well, so y'all don't see anything inappropriate accidentally. So say I'm just gonna find like a random Gengar GIF because I like that Pokemon, and that's also what my OC is based on. Let me see here. Let me find a decent one that isn't like too big or anything. Okay, I think I found one, so I can link it here. And then alt text. Get the alt text there. You go to the page now. Wow, it's right there. Nice. Well, it's too big, so I had to decrease the size, and I know how to do it. What was it? I think it was. Was it this? I mean, I can always put like a style thing here, but I still don't have that ready yet. What's the thing? Let's try. This is where also the style information, like the CSS stuff, goes. So yeah. I have to make this for all the classes I have here, which is what they're called, I believe. There. Okay, I think that's how you do it. No, that isn't okay. Honestly, it's, a little bit fuzzy right now, all the information I have. Oh, you have to go? Alright, that's fine. No worries. You can always come back anytime if you want, or at least rewatch the stream. But yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if this goes with it, so... very interesting to try and remember all this yourself. I mean, you can always go to one of my, the HTML class pages to see how I worded and all that. Which, yeah, there's a lot of information here, and, it's like, goodness. This feels like a lot, but, yeah. Holy! A bunch of code here. It's like what an average site looks like, kind of. First with all the links to the images and the links I've linked to, a bunch of, or say, just like, if you wanted the certain section to be purple, you use this, I think. Same with this one, just be orange instead. Also some text stuff here, images. Of course, yes, I do have max width here, but it is not set to anything, so do this. see if that does anything. Okay. I think I might be doing something wrong here because it's not working, so... And again, just saying, I haven't done this in a while, so yeah. What if I do this instead? That work? Nah. I honestly can't tell the difference. It's, you know... Maybe I'm doing this wrong, I'm not entirely sure. But it is inside the head area, which is where all the header stuff goes and all the CSS code, just all this stuff here. Sorry, my mom walked in the room. That's why I was silent for a minute or so. But yeah. Oh, I also forgot you can do like certain base element styles here, just like a list item and order list items, like padding. Of course, the header stuff here. I think it's just like a line. Yeah, from what I remember, yes, this is like a line on the page. Of course, this is the header page of, the draw 3 HTML page. Of course, I can go to this one. Yeah. This is basically like me just telling people how I've drawn over the years, or like ways I draw, is what I meant. Also, you can find more where to find them. It goes to Instagram, this goes to my DeviantArt, which I told you all earlier. This goes to Rec Room and Roblox, like my user here and user there, and a game from those games, But yeah, that's basically all this is. Which, of course, for the fonts, it uses Google Fonts for all the free fonts you can use. Which, taught us how to use this too in the class. Very convenient as well. Which, of course, I wasn't told to do all this fancy schmancy doc-type HTML thing here, because the code editor we had in there didn't show like the HTML tags or like the doc-type HTML tags, so we just didn't bother doing them, I guess. So yeah. Thankfully, it does put it for you automatically anyways, so you don't have to worry about that. Like, I could have sworn that this is supposed to be correct, and yet the images aren't accommodating for that. Sorry. Did I say that correctly? Accommodating? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to put it in wait. No. I keep replacing things with thing. I don't get that. Like, just random things sorry. Like, anything I'm talking about, I just sometimes replace it with thing. It's just, again, another weird habit of mine in my speaking tendencies, so... Guess I just have to deal with that. Anyways. So, basically... code into here and hope that it works if I do class those images or image about switch up. Alright, well that worked. Okay. Wrong thing, hold on. View. That's not doing it. Must be something that I'm doing wrong and it's not being shown correctly. Because I could have sworn that this does work properly and it's not being shown properly, I guess. Or just, you know. Actually, hold on. What if I just copy and paste this? Will that do anything? Save. Oh, there you go. That actually did something. Well, I guess that works. But yeah, now it's just like a small little thing. Or like a small image on the site. Which, yeah. I'm pretty surprised that I managed to figure this out, and yeah. Also like a little shadow here you can like apply behind the image too. Just like give a little flare, like to pop out the page and stuff. Which I don't think I've seen most people use that anyways, but it's very cool to have that because of course I use a lot of shadows in my thumbnails, like drop shadows, like Photopea and stuff. Just the image editing software I use. Just go here on Photopea. Sorry. Alarm went off, so I had to fix that. Gotta readjust the camera now. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna refresh the face cam real quick because it's lagging behind a lot. 1 second. There we go. Now it's up to date. Anyways, yeah. There we go. Okay. Alright, so yeah, basically Photopea is a image editing software similar to you know, Photoshop by Adobe, but of course got like most of the features a Adobe product would come with, such as like, you know, having background, you can scribble and all that. You can also add text of certain fonts, like any font, obviously, because, you know. Sorry. What I meant was, you can basically use like most image editing tools, such as like, you know, type fonts. I don't know why it's not coming up, but text should have been there. You can also use eyedropper, effects, filters, stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically what I use for like my thumbnails and stuff. So, for example, let's open up the thumbnail of this video, and boom, that's all the stuff here. Of course, you got the text here, which I use down here, the websites, which I took screenshots of from the NeoCities website, just like looking through like a explore page, which has a lot of cool and interesting sites to find. There's some of the sites I was talking about here, and some interesting ones I also found while still scrolling. Also, of course, a hue and saturation thing for making this a little bit like more saturated and more like popped colors. And with like the image of my Rec Room character here. Also has a bunch of like border stuff, some hue and saturation. Also, the NeoCities logo here has a drop shadow behind it, right here. And of course, the drop shadow and borders of the text here is also a separate thing as well. And yeah, that's basically all this thumbnail is. It's pretty nice. But since I've been, you know, editing this page for a while, and it's already past the 1 hour mark for the last time I touched the page, so we're gonna explore some sites that I haven't visited before. So, websites. Let's see what's on here. Of course, the site was top here. I forgot it's still filled by 2000s. Hold on. Alright, this is what it shows by default. Like the special sauce tag is like the first thing on the thing, so you can find the cream of the crop. So basically, there's a bunch of, sites that are, part of the indie web, which is basically what all this spiel, like all this niches, like indie stuff, like 2000s, 2010s, like web page stuff. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, there's a bunch of interesting sites here to see. See this one. And turn off Dark Reader because I have that on. Okay. Yeah. All blues, purples, cyan. This is a very nice site, wow. It's like one of the sites I saw during the coding class, which I was talking about earlier. But it's not much like this, but it's like sort of like this, but it does show, for example, their socials and all that, which obviously this has at the side. Like, they got a blog feed. That's cool. I forgot those were a thing back in the day. You can also look at this too to see, like what the news is. See, look at that. From the NeoCities site, you can go to see what the news is on that site. I don't think these were all 11 hours ago, but whatever. It's just buggy like that. I've never really seen a news feed like this shown before in a while, but yeah, that's pretty nice to see. Gamepad.club. What is this? Oh. Interesting. It's kind of like a Twitter type thing. That's cool. Interesting. It's got Blue Sky and a Pillow Fort. I'm not bothering clicking on Pillow Fort because I'm not sure. I don't know what that site is or what it looks like, but of course got a bunch of resources here, which of course I also want to do. It's like a resource page, like what things I use to make the site or what inspires me to make this website. Like a bunch of things, collections, tools you use, of course, right here. Repick, gift collections, site maps, favicons, contact forms too. We also did this in like the portfolio thing. Let me bring it up. Let's go back to the main page. Oops, sorry. I mean, these ones don't have favicons, but I'm not gonna bother adding those. It's okay though. Yeah, this is like a basic contact form, which put anything in here won't actually go through because it didn't bother, doing any JavaScript stuff on like, submitting the form through like an email or something like that. We didn't bother doing anything, but we did learn about these in like the last couple, like weeks or so of the class. We learned about these. So basically, you put all this information in. You click submit, it just takes you back to the main page as if nothing ever happened. But yeah. Also, I don't have this email. I don't have this email. It's not mine. I just put like this example email. But yeah, that's basically all like a contact form is and stuff. Also, W3 Schools is also linked on the, I linked it right here, which I did use this a bit. It's pretty decent for introducing an HTML and what the things are. But yeah, of course, here's the shrines. You can see all things people like. Got a sim shrine, but there's nothing really here. What I've seen from like other sites is like you have like a Pokemon shrine or like actually, let me give you an example. Let's say that someone likes Animal Crossing. If someone clicks on that shrine, they're gonna see like a bunch of images and information about the game or like what they like about the game. That's basically all a shrine is, just like a little section of your site where you can introduce people or like show people certain things. Of course, here's more buttons to, link up to other sites that are also hosted on either NeoCities or like people's own sites for when the person who makes their NeoCities sites actually becomes a supporter. Which, yeah, That's pretty nice. Got a fan list in here. Ooh, bunch of fans of the site. That's nice. Anyways, I'm gonna see what else is on here. Let's see what any other sites there are. Well, I haven't visited before. That looks interesting. I mean, well, I visited this one on the stream, but I have visited before. I guess I'll show it off. The Fruitager Arrow, like the aesthetic from like the 2000s, where, of course, the Windows XP and Windows 7 days, where all of them felt like futuristic and like sort of clean. Other than, you know, the Windows 8 switch where Windows became more flat. Which, these are very nice images to see here. These are very, you know, pleasing for the time. I like these. These are all like reference images of what Fruitager Arrow was like back in the day. You know, like 2000s, 2012, stuff like that. Of course, it's got like wallpapers too of like certain Fruitager stuff. Also Vocaloid stuff too. Wow, that's cool. Resources for, I guess, people to, you know, use Fruitager Arrow-esque things or like designs. Pretty nice. It gives you like a brief history of how the Fruitager Arrow, like Fruitager style is like. That's pretty cool. It's got like a chat room too. I'm not going to show much of that because it might be people saying weird stuff in there, but yeah, it's a pretty nice website overall. I like the way it looks. I follow this site too. It also leads to their own site, which is not hosted on NeoCities, but it's instead hosted on a .org domain. Very interesting. This one is also on the thumbnail. I'm gonna show it off. It's like I think it's some sort of like Japanese sort of core thing. I'm not entirely sure, but a lot of things here. Of course, links to a bunch of sites. Also, another web ring here. Very interesting, but updates on the page too. Want to do like an update log that I've shown here, where it shows like how the site evolved over time from the day that it was updated. Let's see what else is here. There are definitely a bunch of interesting sites on here. See here, top viewed sites. I want to see what that looks like. Dang, 240 million visitors on that one site. That's crazy. Of course, Club Nintendo Archives is like, I've seen this site before, but it's basically 90s Nintendo stuff. It's like articles and magazines from when Club Nintendo was around during that time of year. You know what I mean? It's like a certain time period. There we go. That's the term I was looking for. See, like all the news articles from that time from Nintendo. So let's see here. Let's do this one. Oh, that's pretty cool. Got the old dithering effect on all the images in the background here. That's pretty cool. Love the sort of way that looks, because I, of course, used Flipnote Studio back in the day, so very reminiscent of those, you know, old animations and stuff. There's the contact page here, links for like certain stuff on the site. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty nice aesthetic. There's a bunch of sites on the left on the nav bar. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. Anyways, yeah, bunch of biological things. music stuff. Ooh, Radio Garden, I like that thing. You see radio around the world, especially like from your location as well. Visual art stuff. I guess artists they like too. That's cool. There's video games too. Nice. I might as well follow this person. This looks like a really cool site. You can follow people to get more information, like when their site updates or something like that. Which, very nice. Hmm. Uh, hmm. Oh, this one right here. Let me get this site because I know it has music. But this is also an aesthetically pleasing site. Also has a RSS feed, which that's what it's called. I'm sorry. It also has an RSS feed where you can see what person has done over the time, which that's very convenient. So people can always see what you're doing. Well, you don't want people to always know what you're doing because you know privacy and all that. But I guess it's free reign, sort of. But yeah, this site is also very aesthetically pleasing to me because you know got the falling like petals here. See Goku right here. Links to a page, to the not found page, I think. But first got links. They like you know game stuff, online tools. Pretty nice. Of course, they're about me here. Links a bunch of stuff, and of course all the sites they like, I guess, or like pages. Also, a bunch of user boxes. I've seen these before on like fandom wikis where you like show people what you like. I think I might as well add some of these too, since I'm also a wiki enthusiast on, you know, the Battle for Dream Island wiki, which I, of course, you know, edit stuff with. There's a bunch of info tags here, whatever the... I forgot what it was, but... It's all the info stuff here. Also, places the person can be found, stuff they like, they dislike, games they like, other stuff here. Okay. Shrines. Yeah, Super Mario right here is you know, barely anything. Here, Nintendogs. Also like little guides. That's pretty cool. A bunch of guides from the game. Roblox. A bunch of stuff they did on Roblox. That's a bunch of screenshots. Wow. Good goodness. It's more than I've taken on this game ever. Got a Kid Icarus and Tomodachi Collection here, not up and running yet. Zelda. Of course, got another poll here, which if you click vote here, it takes you to a site where you can see the results. That's pretty cool. I want to do that sometime as well. What other sites there are? If I had a link of sites I wanted to visit, this would be a lot easier, but just doing it manually, just authentically. Well, Flavored Folly's got a site, that's interesting. They have their own site on the Cities. Got all their songs here, all the producers of the songs, like the musicians. Of course, pages to the songs, all the lyrics, and of course the Vocaloid, like the voice bank they used. That's pretty nice. I did not know they hosted the site on here. That's very interesting. Also, their links to their albums here too. Of course, that's very interesting. I never knew they had a site on here until now. I'm following these people. That's very good. Very interesting. Jamesland. Who this is? Ooh, I recognize the vibes from this site. It's like a sort of like Cool Math Games, like free game sites-esque vibes I'm seeing here. That's very interesting. Of course, like oh my gosh, there's a bunch of Flash sites, like Flash archives. Very cool. Of course, you got You play Flash in your browser too. Wow. That is just, oh my gosh. Know that, anyways. But yeah, oh my gosh. It's like a Flash archive here. This is very nice. Wowee. Basically, this is just a site to host Flash games. Also has a .org domain. Memes. Interesting. Shakes a little bit if you hover over it, that's nice. But like a little selection thing for when you hover over certain elements of the page, that's cool. Very interesting side. Oh, there's a Japanese calendar here too. Wow. Like a custom thing here too. Badges too. Very interesting. There's a lockbox here. If you want to discover more of the page too, that's pretty cool. Anything else here? Got some the SWF files, like the Flash archives. That's basically what most of these are. They're all SWF files hosted via an emulator. That's pretty nice. For example, let me just click on a random game here. That I know is Flash based. So this one. So it's using the Ruffle Flash emulator to, simulate it. Oh, of course, they got their own branding there. Wow. This is in a different language too. Okay. Of course, got the intro of the game as well. Dang, all this in almost 15 megabytes. Wow. Very interesting. But yeah, it's basically just cut the rope on Flash format, where you can play it online for free. I guess somewhere in China they were able to, play this for free. It's very interesting. I never knew they made a Flash replica of this game. Very interesting that they made this in China back in the day. I assume it's the case for Subway Surfers, but who am I to judge? I'm gonna follow that guy too. Hold on. Let me do that as well. Boink. You see, you just saw the Ruffle play symbol there, in the preview of the website, or at least one of the sites. But yeah, there are a lot of interesting sites on being hosted on NeoCities, just because people like the retro aesthetics of the old internet, and of course. There's a bunch of things going on with the new internet these days. There's YouTube requiring you to provide visual verification or an ID just to see adult content, verify your age. What is up with that? Why do I need to submit my ID or just a face of me just to use the internet? Dude, the internet is a free place. These are all free sites to visit, and yet all the sites that are requesting an ID or something for verification just feel like they're paid, because you have to pay to get an ID, which of course basically for the stuff that's over 18, it just requires you to verify your age using an ID, because that law went into effect in the UK, just where you have to provide age verification, accurate age verification through ID, face recognition, stuff like that. I seen on Discord, in the UK, there's age verification. You have to show either an ID or your face in general. And the face recognition is so bad from what I've seen, because it's AI just recognizing the face, and of course it gets things wrong all the time, because it's not the most perfect thing in the world when it comes to verification and all that. So people can always find ways to trip it up, which is of course illegal, which I'm not going to do that, thankfully. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a dumb idiot. Not to be rude or anything. But yeah. Anyways, I forgot that I visited this site before too, where just Pokemon Index. Oh, this is also the scrolling bar of Pokemon I was talking about in my website layout here. Wanted to do that as well. Of course, Got a bunch of, stuff on the side. Also a CRT filter. I like that too. Uh, there's a bunch of images and graphics they have on the site, and also a pet here. I forgot there were like pets here as well, where you like take care of them and also give them stuff. Very interesting. I like this sort of stuff. There's also like a visitor count. Interesting, interesting. First, got the Neko Cat GIF, the little virtual cat, like runs around your desktop and like it runs around your desktop and just like follows your mouse around. I like that. Gets me like worked up a little bit. Like it's very cute and very mesmerizing. You know. Also update log, to-do list, more buttons to sites too. Very interesting. Also a straw page too, where you can like send anonymous images, such as like draw stuff or like send an anonymous message. Send that anonymously. Obviously that's public right now because I of course showed it to y'all. But yeah, very interesting too, where you can like send messages to people. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna visit one more site, then get back to, making my site, because I still need to do that. It's somewhat going well so far. Let's see here. Try this one. Just gotta move Dark Reader on here too. Whoa! Alright, there you go. Refresh the camera again, sorry. Very interesting. It's in a different language though, so can't really read it. But it does look cool though. The ocean background here, the music playing in the background, not sure where that's coming from. But they got like that's a cool clock. Wow! You do this in HTML and CSS? That's cool. Also showing like current time in like my area, which is currently 10:10 p.m. Nice. Right now it's 45 seconds. All right. Also shows the time in Australia. I'm guessing this is days in months and years. No. Days and years since the 2000s, I think, is what it means. Let me translate this. How long until the year 2000? Okay. So yeah, it's basically a timer. Another Giphy pet here. Very interesting. Oh, also like weather statistics too. Very nice. Like I think this is like Europe, Portugal, yeah. See the I forget what the term is, but meteorology. Like this is I think it's like wind speeds around the world. Very interesting. I'm guessing this is like where hurricanes forming or something like that. It has like a couple hurricanes being mentioned to me like in my Windows taskbar for like the weather. Which I don't know why in the world just keeps disturbing me and all that, but yeah. Anyways, actually one more site. This one. I've seen this guy before. I've seen his videos before. Very interesting site. Very aesthetically pleasing too. It's got mostly Nintendo / Me themed aesthetics here, which I do like the Mii's too. Very nice. It's like a clap thing. Ooh, like appreciate like clap. Like how the sorry, I keep messing up and getting lost in my thoughts, but I'm guessing this is like a praise thing for like if you like the site, you can give it a clap. Very interesting. First got the main thing here. I can like switch tabs. Interesting. Of course, you got me stuff here, me photos, stuff they've made. Oh, it's like a bubbly shower aesthetic. Interesting. Very neat. It's like me photos from the game Miitomo. Very cool. There's trivia about Mii's, I guess. very cool. I've never really explored this site much, so again, it looks very nice. Of course, about me. Of course, link to his YouTube, his archive.org page, his Blue Sky, of course his page you're already on. Of course, this is his YouTube page, which of course I have watched some of his videos here. Very interesting video editing style. I like the aesthetics of Mii's and Nintendo, so of course he talks about Nintendo. So yeah, or at least he's been, you know, talking about Nintendo for like over a year or two, which I of course seen some of his videos here before they were like privated, because of course sometimes YouTubers don't like their own content, so might as well keep it private, I guess. Even though I am archiving stuff like he is. Very, like, I forget what the term is, but like, it's like you're doing the same thing as somebody else, and sometimes they just don't know if you're doing that. But like, yeah, it's very funny that I'm also archiving stuff along with him. Shoot. I didn't realize I was already following him. Whoops. My bad. Anyways. It's enough site browsing for today. I'm going to see what else I can do with my site. What else should I put there? I'm just gonna put another GIF there because I feel like it. Put a GIF of Incineroar there because I like that Pokemon too. And I'm gonna put another Pokemon there as well. Let's see here from what I can find. Sorry, it's taking a little bit. It's kind of hard to find one. Let's see here. This one. Of course, the third one I have is Hypno. Very interesting choice, but yeah. Yeah, it's very nice what I have here so far. Oh, I just realized 2 other people have chatted and I didn't see the message. Hold on. Apparently Restream is bugging out on the OBS window, so I had to go to the live chat real quick on it's like web. Oh, apparently their message is not showing up anyways. It's literally not like showing the message at all, it's just like blank. Why is it blank in the first place? It's very weird. I did not know Iron Guy and Soft Man are looking at my video right now, my stream. I mean, it would be nice to chat somehow because, you know, I'm talking to myself right now, but I'm glad I'm talking to myself anyways because, of course, it gets viewers more engaged, so might as well do more of it, huh? Yeah, I still can't see y'all messages. I'm not sure if you're doing like a joke or something because someone's acting up with YouTube, I guess. And I'm not able to see your messages right now for some reason. Well, I'm just gonna move past that for now and see what else I can do here. Of course, I'm gonna leave the other div blank for now because I can't really do much there. Footer. Can put like do like, I think maybe I'll do the like first year when I did my name change on YouTube, because of course I haven't had this name for a long. Sorry. I've had this name for like a couple months now. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'm not very good with remembering dates these days, but yeah. I have had this name for several months now, and just felt like it looked cool, so yeah. Actually, maybe what if I go on my phone to see what the chat messages are, because I think that might work. Let's see if I can do that. First, I'll just go on my alt account so I don't accidentally view on the other tab. I'm just gonna send a test message with my alternate account. Will that show up? Yep, it did. It's very rare that's not showing your messages. Or again, is this a bit? I'm not entirely sure if it is, because it's very weird that you're doing this. It's like sending blank messages or just like not processing a message at all. Like, how in the world do you even do that? What? I'm so confused right now. It's literally scaring me a little bit, just not that much. But like, I'm just gonna ignore it. It's okay. Don't worry about it, honey. Well, gonna add some hrefs in the nav bar for sites I'm planning on making. So wait, no, that wouldn't be plausible. I would have already put that in like the About Me page, so I don't need to make a page for socials. I don't know why I did that. Anyways. Let me just reconnect the webcam again. There we go. There we go. Face cam is back. Just add some alt text for the image at the image at the bottom. Of course, very important to have alt text on your page for like screen reader people who want to look at your site without glancing at the screen, or just for visually impaired people. There we go. Now I've got alt text there. Okay, so this one. I forgot to put the. There we go. I forgot to put the. Sorry, hold on, let me show you. I forgot to put the quote thing here, the ending quote, for like the site. Like the alt text. Well, let's just see here. Okay, now let's go back to where it was. So, href and then image source inside of it. Okay. Forgot what it was for a second. So. There we go, that's where the button would go, if it existed yet. But, and again, I don't have it yet, so it's not gonna be there. Of course. It's really all about me right now, because I still haven't fixed up yet. But yeah. That's where it would go. It's coming along nicely so far for like the basic HTML stuff and some CSS. But yeah. Let's see here. Well, I didn't really link much of what I wanted to put in the nav bar other than, you know, about me and other subsites, so let's see what else I can find here. Let me put shrines here and then no. I think I got a blog sitemap. I forgot what it was again. My brain is confuzzled. As usual. Who would have thunk? So hard thinking of stuff all the time with this weird brain of mine, just going all dilly-dallying every day in my bed, watching YouTube, when I should be getting active, like in Wii Fit, or just like walking every day. Which, of course, gotta stay active somehow. Which I feel like, now that I've been talking about Wii Fit, I might as well do that tomorrow, because, you know, my mom and dad want me to play it every day. Like, almost every day. It's like, getting myself working out, building that muscle. You know, because I like muscles. What, you didn't know that? Well, I'm telling you now, so, yeah. Anyways. I mean, then again, I could also just go to the ones I was looking at earlier through here. I think it was... Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell these small thumbnails, but I can still sort of make them out. I can still also look at them here. Wait, did I even follow the person in those show? Nope, I haven't. I'm gonna follow them. There you go. But yeah, like the nav bar there. Okay, so that's basically all I have for now. I think there was a couple more that I think of. There you go. I got, if I put the About Me here, the blog, my stuff, the web class thing, gotta do slash, and then that work easier. There we go. Now it links properly. But yeah, now it links to the web class stuff I was talking about, the web design class. Of course, this would go to the sitemap, this would go to the About Me, the blog, and all that, but like I said, I don't have those yet, so I can just do that off stream if I wanted, because, you know, it's hard to figure everything out without needing tutorials. Do it off the top of your head or just using your own code. Yeah, it's always great to reuse code sometimes, but in some cases it isn't, from what I've seen. But then again, I'm reusing my own code, so I don't need to worry about that. So, weather's nice, huh? I don't know why I said that, but just a little thing, I was a little... Yeah, I can't even finish my sentences properly tonight, goodness. I'm surprised I haven't been coughing even in the past, like, I think 30 minutes or so? I can't remember the last time I coughed anyways, like I said, still can't keep track of time that well, but... what can you do? Uh... One second. If I do... There we go, made it a little bigger there. Ooh. I'm gonna replace the text here with like an image of like my username because that looks cooler. And of course it gives it more flair. Ooh. And the intro text, I think will have to be its own like little box. You gotta make little boxes on your site for certain sections. This is the header one with like the top of the page for like the draw 3. Where it stays as you scroll, which I saw on one of the other pages too. Which of course position fixed, the top left corner. Where it goes all across the side of the screen. Has a linear gradient, white text, aligned in the center with padding between the top and the sides of the header. Of course, you got the shadow behind the text too, the alignment and justification of them too, the text fonts here, a lot of stuff going into that site. Which, speaking of this, I still have not fixed this one. Did I? Did I fix it? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. I completely forgot to do this while I was fixing it off stream. Because, of course, these are all 3 separate links, so they all go to, you know, different stuff. So now they work. Yay! Nice and nice Rooney. Boo, 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 boo. Oh wait, that was the wrong one I was talking about. I was talking about these here. Because they weren't correct. Now they are. Wow. I can still go to them. Which of course I evolved a lot over time with that. What else to do now? I wonder. I should probably put all these images inside like its own little box. Because doesn't look right just being its own little div there. So, yeah, at least secure it with the border. Oh my gosh. It's like ID, a div ID right here, okay. Move all this by one tab. Alright. Do. Coding. Did I do this correctly? I think that's how you do it, yeah. There we go. Now I got it inside its own thing, so I can add and its own style class. So let me just copy all this, and then probably adjust the tabbing because it doesn't paste correctly. There you go. Save that. Now it's in the center of the screen. Look at that. Kind of in the center of the screen. It's like middle of the site. But yeah. Very nice. But yeah. I think I'm... Sorry. I just realized my face was in the screen for like a little bit, but... And it's not a full face reveal because I'm not leaning my full head into the camera. Or did I? I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm still getting tired. It's 10:36. I usually don't yawn this much at that time, but it's still a thing people do, so it's expected. Yeah, face reveal there. Hello. I was trying to get close to the microphone without going in the camera, but I forgot I can't do that because I gotta pick up the microphone and get closer to the thing. Sorry if that hurt your ears, by the way, even though the thing's not peaking. Might have clipped or something, but just a little chunk between you and me. I don't know why I did that bit, but whatever. Anyways. I'm not gonna lie, that side profile from what you saw, or like briefly saw, looked a little weird though. Very weird in fact, but statistically one Twitch viewer knows what my face looks like from the side. That's not that much. But who cares? You know, at least you can't look me up by face anyways. Because of course there's not that much information about me online anyways, because you know, I'm just a young boy. Well, young adult, because I'm 18 years of age, turning 19 in less than a month. September 5th exactly. Which, yay me, I'm getting older again. Again, partial face reveal again, yay. Just can't help getting closer to the monitor just to see things. As you can tell, my head is at the top of the screen. You can tell I'm wearing a red shirt, just like in the thumbnail. Wow. Awesome. Uh, uh, can't help but constantly do that. It's just a thing I do because I want to. Yeah. Just can't help it, but no. I'm just gonna talk about a place I visited in the past week, which is you know, a small little city above Orlando with a bunch of interesting things. Because my brother's wife actually showed us this city called DeLand, which of course is where it's talking about above Orlando-ish, like a little to the right, but yeah, it was basically this intricate place, what feels like sort of like a mix between Orlando and another city I live near. Sorry, yeah, Orlando and another city I live near, and yeah, there's a lot of cool and interesting buildings there, a bunch of cool artistry, and also cool college over there too. Which I took a couple pictures while my phone was still alive. Of course, I was struggling to keep it alive with me checking it all the time. Just talk on Discord or watch videos while I'm bored. Stuff like that when I'm out and about sometimes, but not that much. But yeah. It was a very nice place. I liked it so much. It was very calming. Honestly wish I could move like into a different state sometime, because my parents have also been thinking about moving out into like Georgia or no. I forgot what it was. Is Georgia then what's the one at the top? Is it Tennessee? I think that's what it is, but y'all know what I mean when you look it up. Like, we've been to those two states. Like, I've been to those two states throughout my life, and yeah, I'm going to New Mexico once my brother gets out of Border Patrol training, which is in January. Which that is a long while away, but I do hope he stays safe and does well in the training at least. Which, of course, Border Patrol is very hard work. Of course, gotta protect people from getting in, like illegal immigrants and stuff like that. Of course, you gotta handle guns too, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but all I know is that my brother's there, he's about the border, pretty much like military grade stuff with guns. Of course, you got little like cubbies, I think, where you like live in throughout like the training for like the past month for 6 months, which feels like a lot to be going into a training for that long, but if it's worth it, it's worth it. That boy's got to do what he's got to do, so yeah. Good for him for doing that. I still I still love him for what he's done. Of course, being entertaining to his daughter. And of course, Olivia's been entertaining, and the baby too. Because, we took a bunch of pictures of her, we've videotaped her doing stuff, she listens to songs and jumps around and goes, "I boogie!" And Daddy tells him to, my dad, not... I'm used to calling him Daddy for so long, because, that's basically the only name you give your dad anyways when you're young. So, just a little thing I still do, even at the ripe age of 18. Very weird, I know, but babies were like that back then, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, she's a she's a very cute sweetheart to me. And of course, I am her uncle. Of course, the kids say Unk instead of uncle, but yeah, I'm an uncle to her. So she's even said my name a couple times too, when like she wants to get my attention, of course, which always nice to see her wanting some attention from me because of course babies are always cute, and of course loving and caring for them is always a priority because you want to keep them alive and to make them better their lives and learn more about the world. So yeah, I'm glad she likes me, and also me trying to have fun with her sometimes. I mean, my dad's the most one that gets the fun. Sorry, my dad's the one that gets the most fun out of her. When she during the trip to DeLand that we had, we were in the car driving to DeLand. Of course, we were passing on the highway we were passing by trucks, and Dad would sometimes, when the truck goes by, he would tell the baby that there was a truck coming by, and of course, when we got by the truck, he then told her to wave at the truck. Of course, she waved at it, yes. And now every time she passes by a truck, or at least every time we come by a truck, my dad's been telling her to wave at the truck when it comes by, which is very cute, honestly. And also, she also gets tickled by Dad from time to time because, of course, she has tickle spots as every baby does. Usual baby stuff that people do. But yeah, very cute. What else should I do to this site now that I've talked for a little bit? Actually, wait, did I? No, I don't think I don't think so. Well, since the stream has gone for a little over 2 hours, because of course at the 2 hour mark, I think I might as well see what else I can do to, Sorry, I still keep not finishing my sentences, but what else? I think that was a little tangent there, but whatever. I didn't finish my thought, and I was trying to go somewhere, but I didn't. My bad. Well, I think this is like sort of a good stopping point for now because I basically showed y'all what, of course, the site is somehow, and of course, other sites that I like or like wanted to visit to because there are a bunch of sites and a bunch of cool things. So it's always nice to see what the always nice to see what the World Wide Web has to offer, So I guess I'll just leave it here and I'll do more in the future. Maybe another stream sometime because it was very nice seeing all those sites and a little bit boring somehow with all this code editing and seeing what I know so far without using video tutorials and stuff. Although I did kind of somehow use a video tutorial. I just brisked, whatever the word is. I forget what it was, but I'm just gonna use that. But no, it's skimmed. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I just skimmed over the video sort of at 2x speed. Just basically getting myself back to how I figured it out. But I at least somehow got most of this code here, all this HTML code here. I figured out myself. Which, yeah, I'm glad I know some of this coding stuff, so it'd be great to do more of this anyways. So I'm just gonna leave it off here now. So thanks for watching, I guess. So like and subscribe. See you guys later. All that pizzazz, you know. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Oh, wrong thing. My bad. All right. Good night.